Welcome and thank you for attending New Student Orientation. We are going to take a moment today to review the financial aid process and go over some key points about financial aid. The FAFSA free application for federal student aid is your avenue to federal and state grants, including the Work Study Program and many need-based scholarships. Your first step to completing this process would be to create an FSA user ID. The user ID is a username and password that replace the federal student aid PIN. It is used to electronically sign and access federal student aid documents. Click the link provided when you are ready to create your FSA user ID. Once you have your FSA user ID ready, you can begin filling out the FAFSA. The FAFSA consists of 7 sections, including student demographics, school selection, dependency status, parent demographics, financial information, sign and submit, and lastly the confirmation. The data retrieval tool is a great tool that is used to link your tax information directly from the IRS to the FAFSA. Using this tool can minimize the possibility of your application getting selected for verification. Verification is a process used by the schools to verify the information reported on the FAFSA. CCCC's Financial Aid Office will notify you if your application has been selected for verification via the email address provided on the FAFSA. After the verification process is complete and all admissions requirements are met, you are ready to be awarded. Your award letter will then be available on WebAdvisor. Here are some things to keep in mind after the semester begins. Using your financial aid funds wisely is very important. Be aware that there is a limit to the amount of funds a student can receive during their lifetime. This is called Pell Lifetime Limit. You are limited to a maximum of 6 full-time years. Frequently changing your major will result in exhausting your Pell funds sooner. Also make sure that you are following your academic plan for the program you are enrolled in. You will only be awarded student aid for classes that count toward your degree or certificate. Your award amounts for the year are split between fall and spring semesters and are based on full-time status. You will need to keep this in mind if your program requires you to attend a summer semester. If you attend full-time in the fall and full-time in the spring, then you will not have any leftover funds to carry over to the summer. So save those refunds. Now let's take a look at the different types of grants and how your enrollment status affects your award amount. This chart shows the percentage of the total award you will receive depending on how many credit hours you are enrolled in. You must be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours to receive the North Carolina grants and scholarships. Keep in mind that CCCC does not participate in student loans. After tuition, books, and fees are deducted from your total award, the Financial Aid Office releases disbursement checks, also known as refund checks. They are mailed to the address on file after all attendance has been verified from all classes. Please be sure to update your address with the registrar's office. If you have classes starting throughout the semester, there is a possibility the refund will be split as well. Here is an example. John Doe is registered for 12 credit hours for the semester. Here is a schedule. ACA 100, which is 3 credit hours and starts January the 11th. Humanities 120, 3 credit hours, starts January 11th. PED 110, 3 credit hours, starts February 9th. And Math 130, which is 3 credit hours and starts March the 18th. His total financial aid award is $28.87 for the semester. His total charges are $990. On the first check run is going to be for classes that start January 11th through February the 5th. On the first check run, John Doe will only be in 6 credit hours, which is considered half-time. Only 50% of his award will apply to his account. His financial aid award being applied is $1443. If his total charges are $990, the remaining amount is $453. So John Doe will receive a refund check in the amount of $453 on the first check run. On the second check run, which is for classes that start February 8th and March 17th, John Doe will increase his enrollment by 3 credit hours and will then be in 9 credit hours, which is considered 3/4 time. He will receive 25% additional amount applied to his account. Since all tuition and fees were paid with the first disbursement, he will receive an additional aid, any additional aid he is entitled to. His financial aid award applied is going to be $722. His total charges now are 0, so he will receive a refund check in the amount of $722. On the third check run, which is for classes that start March the 18th through April 14th, his enrollment will increase by 3 credit hours and will then be in 12 credit hours, which is now full-time. He will receive 25% additional amount applied to his account. Since all tuition and fees were paid with the first and second disbursements, he will receive an additional 25%. The total financial aid award applied during this run is $722. His total charges are now 0, so he will receive a refund check in the amount of $722. Now we're going to get into satisfactory academic progress. The Department of Ed requires colleges to ensure that students are meeting satisfactory academic standards. Your SAP status is calculated at the end of each semester. The requirements to maintain a satisfactory status are as follows. You must complete at least 67% of all credit hours attempted. You must maintain a minimum of a 2.0 financial aid GPA, and you must complete an eligible program within a time frame not to exceed 1.5 times, also 150% of the normal published time frame. The Family Education Rights and Privacy Act of 1974, also known as FERPA, protects the privacy of a student and their parents' records by prohibiting the release of students' education records. If you would like any other person other than yourself to have access to your financial aid records, please stop by our office to sign the consent to release form. Please remember that this form must be completed annually. Communication is very important to us in the financial aid office. You can visit us at the Lee main campus and on select days at the Harnett campus. You can call or email us at the phone number and email provided. You can also stay up to date by visiting our CCCC website, our social media pages, and by periodically checking your emails. Keep an eye out for our monthly newsletter. From all of us in the financial aid office, welcome to CCCC.